A phone vibrates inside a locked bathroom stall while blood drips beneath the door. Outside, commuters hear choking sounds, but nobody enters. The stall door suddenly swings open. The woman is gone, but a phone remains on the floor with a countdown timer running under 1 hour. A stranger picks up the abandoned phone. The screen opens by itself and activates the camera, revealing a figure standing directly behind him. The man turns around. Nothing is there. But the figure inside the screen slowly raises one arm toward him. Hours later, the same man arrives uninvited at a university apartment carrying someone else's charger and acting strangely calm. Inside, 3 graduate students prepare for a movie night while the visitor quietly asks to borrow a phone for an emergency call. He disappears into the bathroom for less than 30 seconds. When he returns, his hands are shaking hard enough to spill water everywhere. Before leaving, he warns them never to ignore unknown notifications after midnight. None of them understand what he means. The phone emits a distorted ringing sound during the movie. A new application has appeared without a download history. The application opens directly into camera mode. Through the screen, a soaked figure stands motionless near the kitchen doorway. One friend laughs and walks toward the kitchen. Outside the camera view, the doorway is completely empty. The figure suddenly appears closer on the screen. Its face is still blurred, but water pours continuously from its mouth. The timer underneath the camera begins counting backward from 24 hours. Nobody remembers installing the app. One of them tries deleting it. The screen freezes, then briefly displays their own face hanging upside down. The apartment lights cut out for several seconds. During the darkness, footsteps circle the room without stopping. When electricity returns, every chair has shifted toward the hallway. The app timer now shows 23 hours remaining. Nobody sleeps that night. The phone keeps vibrating every few minutes with camera alerts from empty rooms. Near dawn, the camera reveals an elderly woman standing beside the bed. Her face disappears whenever they look up directly. The visitor from earlier stops answering calls entirely. His social accounts vanish before sunrise. Then the phone receives a final message from him. It contains only 3 words, "Don't run alone." The group searches campus security footage hoping to track the missing visitor. Every recording after midnight becomes corrupted the moment his face appears. One frozen frame reveals the visitor standing beside someone else in the subway station bathroom. The second person has no reflection in the mirror. The phone vibrates again. The app camera now shows a flooded corridor somewhere beneath the city. A figure moves slowly through the water toward the camera. With every step, the countdown loses another minute. The broad-shouldered student insists the app is an elaborate prank. To prove it, he smashes the phone against a concrete sink. The screen shatters, but the timer instantly drops from 23 hours to 9 minutes. A second phone begins ringing inside his backpack. The replacement phone contains the same application already open. Water leaks from its speaker grill onto his hands. Panic finally breaks his confidence. He runs outside alone despite the earlier warning message. The others chase him into the parking structure. Through the app camera, dozens of soaked figures now stand between the parked cars. Outside the screen, the garage appears empty. But fresh footprints spread across the rainwater toward them. The broad-shouldered student reaches the rooftop level and collapses beside the exit gate. His timer has less than 30 seconds remaining. He begs for someone's phone. Nobody moves. The app camera shows a woman crawling upside down directly above him. When the timer reaches 0, every nearby car alarm activates at once. The student suddenly stops breathing without visible injury. Police arrive minutes later, but security cameras captured nothing except him collapsing alone beside the gate. The survivors leave before questioning begins. Back at the apartment, the countdown on the remaining phone resets to 19 hours. The thin student searches hidden forums all night. Every mention of the app disappears seconds after loading. One archived post survives long enough to reveal a pattern. Every victim transferred the app shortly before dying. Another file contains medical photos of victims with lungs filled entirely with seawater despite dying far inland. The shaved-headed woman notices something worse. The timestamps on those deaths stretch back over 20 years. An anonymous user suddenly joins their encrypted chat. The caller already knows their names and remaining countdown time. The caller appears in near darkness wearing medical bandages over both hands. He claims he survived the app for almost 3 years. He explains the timer is never truly reset. Each transfer only delays whatever is already following them. According to him, the apparitions are not ghosts. They are previous victims trapped between death and transmission. The thin student asks how to stop the cycle permanently. The caller goes silent for several seconds before answering carefully. He says every known attempt failed because the app spreads through fear faster than technology can contain it. Then he reveals something unexpected. The app existed before smartphones and once spread through disposable cameras. The shaved-headed woman notices movement behind the caller. Several soaked figures stand silently inside his apartment hallway. The caller keeps talking as if he cannot see them. Water slowly begins dripping from his ceiling onto the floor. He finally admits he contacted them for only one reason. His own timer is about to expire again. Before they disconnect, he sends coordinates to an abandoned psychiatric clinic outside the city. He claims the first recorded case began there. The call abruptly cuts to static. In the reflection of the black screen, someone is standing directly behind them.